Hi, I'm Cody Mack with Caleffi North America, and thank you for choosing the Caleffi 535HA series pressure reducing valve. This short video will give you some tips and tricks to help with the installation of your new pressure reducing valve. So let's open the box. One of the first things that you should notice when you open a box is a set of installation instructions. Be sure to read them because they include everything that you need to know about installing your new pressure reducing valve. So let's go over the rest of the components in the box. The first thing that you're going to find is the body of your pressure reducing valve. The next is going to be a pressure gauge. Now this is an option, so you may or may not have this in your box. And then after that you should have received 2 tail pieces and union nuts. We offer the tail pieces to connect the body to female NPT, press, sweat, and PEX connections. After that you'll receive the 2 sealing washers to connect the tail pieces and nuts to the body. The 535HA series is a valve that reduces water pressure from the incoming water supply down to a working pressure suitable for your fixtures. The valve is designed for plumbing applications, so it is made of low lead brass and it conforms with all certifications and codes necessary for plumbing applications. Next I want to talk about some of the features of the 535HA series, but before that I just want to briefly touch on sizing and inlet to outlet pressures. Now, sizing, you typically want to size the valve around 4 to 6 feet per second velocities, and you also want to make sure that you're not exceeding a 3-to-1 pressure ratio from inlet to outlet. This will help make sure that the valve operates stable and doesn't make any noise. So now on to the features of the valve. The first thing that you're going to notice on the very top is the adjustment knob. This knob has plus and minus markings on it to allow you to adjust the pressure. Going towards the plus sign will increase your pressure, going towards the minus will decrease it. Another nice feature in the very center there is a small screw. Once you have your pressure set on the valve, you can tighten down that screw, and that will help to prevent tinkering of the valve once it's installed. Now just below the adjustment knob is going to be 2 windows, one on either side. This allows you to see them no matter how the valve is mounted. What these are telling you is what the preset pressure is on the valve. It has a scale from 15 to 90 psi. All of our PRVs come preset at the factory to 45 psi, but one nice feature about the valve is that you can preset all of your pressures before you install them. You'll notice that as you do turn the adjustment dial, one full rotation of the adjustment dial allows it to jump 1 increment on the viewing window. One thing to remember that as you are adjusting the dial, you are continuously adjusting the pressure of the system, but it's not showing in the window until you make that full rotation. This is actually called a Geneva mechanism. It's a pretty cool little device. Research it if you got a chance. Now when you go to install the tail pieces and unions onto the valve body, just remember that these unions are going to be a straight thread and they do not require any Teflon tape or pipe dope. The reason being is that they don't do the sealing. The sealing washer that we provide in the unit is what seals the face of the valve body to the tail piece that we provide with it. Now from there I would highly recommend taking these sealing washers and just dunking them very quickly into a small glass of water. By wetting these sealing washers, it helps to release the adhesives in there and make a better seal from the valve body to the tailpiece. And you're going to do that on the inlet as well as the outlet side. And if you do have one of the NPT female tail pieces, you will need to use a little bit of pipe dope and Teflon tape on the internal threads, just like you would with any NPT fitting. An option that can be ordered separately is what we call our jumper nipple. This jumper nipple is installed in place of the valve body for flushing and cleaning prior to commissioning. The jumper nipple has the same lay length as well as the same threads on the end of it as the valve body itself, so it's easily swapped with the unions at the end of the valve. We also recommend installing shutoff valves on the inlet and outlet of the PRV. This will make for easier service down the road if you ever need to clean or replace the unit. The valve can be installed in horizontal or vertical pipe. The only thing that you do want to avoid is having the valve body underneath the pipe. This will allow it to trap sediment and dirt inside the cartridge, which will hinder its performance. The valve should not be exposed to freezing temperatures or be installed outdoors without protection from the elements. Another thing to consider is water hammer, as water hammer can cause premature failure of PRVs. So if you do have any devices downstream of the PRV, like a washing machine, a dishwasher, or an ice maker with solenoid valves that are moving pretty quick, be sure to install hammer arresters. Also, if the downstream pressure increases above the set point of the PRV, possibly due to a water heater, we highly recommend using an expansion tank to make up for this increase in pressure. Otherwise, damage could occur to the PRV. So once your PRV is installed in a clean purge system, you're going to shut off the downstream valve. You're going to adjust the pressure using the adjustment knob, and then slowly open that downstream shutoff, and you're all set. I hope you found these tips useful. If you have any further questions, be sure to contact your wholesaler, your rep, or us directly. And thanks for watching.